Good day children. Today in this video we'll see the lesson Saving Chilika.
I'll give you a small introduction of Chilika. Chilika Lake is India's largest brackish water lagoon. Brackish is like half salt water and half fresh water. Water lagoon. Lagoon refers to the lake of salt water that is separated from the sea by sand or rock. So this place is a very favorite place for migratory birds, with nearly 250 species flocking to it during the winters, some covering as much as 12,000 kilometers to reach this place. This place is located in a village named Mangla Jodi in Odisha. This unique half saltwater and half freshwater lake in Odisha is 70 km in length and 30 km in breadth. In 1981, this brackish lake was internationally recognized as the Ramsar site of its ecological importance and rich biodiversity. I already told you the meaning of brackish, which is half salt water and half fresh water. And then a dual tragedy struck Chilika. What was the tragedy which struck Chilika? On the one hand, poaching became the order of the day. What is meant by poaching? Poaching is killing birds, hunting birds and killing them. And fishermen turned poachers to make a fast buck. So the fishermen who turned into poachers, they wanted to see some money in this. So they become poachers. On an average, about 1,000 birds were killed every day. Each and every day, about 1,000 birds were killed by shooting, by trapping in nest, and by poisoning them with pesticides. In a few years, the numbers dwindled till there were just a few thousand birds left. In few years, what happened? The birds were killed, right? So the numbers dwindled till there were just a few thousand birds left. Before it was 10 lakh birds, and now it was more than 10 lakh birds before, but now after poaching, it was just a few thousand birds which was left in Chilika. Within a decade, it was included in the red list of Ramsar site, that is the site, the place which is no more considered as a tourist spot, as a degraded site. Now, introduction of Nandakishore Bhojpal. He is the hero of the story. That's when a man named Nandakishore Bhojpal entered the scene and changed the destiny of Chilika forever. Nandakishore, in his late teens, he too shot down an egret in Chilika that fell down to the ground with a twig clutched in its mouth. The fact that the egret must have been carrying the twig to make its nest dawned on him, and it created an unbearable guilt that remained as a raw wound in his mind. Now what happened? Even Nandakishore, in his late teens, he too shot down an egret, a bird, in Chilika that fell down to the ground with a twig in its mouth. The twig is a stick which is used to build a nest. The fact that the egret must have been carrying the twig to make its nest dawned on him. He felt very sad. He felt very bad about this behavior of him, and it created an unbearable guilt that remained as a raw wound in his mind. Village Tangi to earn his livelihood in urban Odisha. When he came back here in the 90s, extensive poaching had taken its charge, and there were just around 1,000 birds left. When he came back in the 90s, he just saw only 1,000 birds left because of poaching, because of killing the birds. This reopened the still raw wound of his personal guilt of shooting down and nesting bird. where in his late teens he has shot an egret which was about to build its nest. So that wound, it was not healed in his mind, and he felt a deep sense of guilt, and he promised to himself that he would do anything possible and anything and everything possible to save the birds. Introduction of Madhu Behera. He talked to people in the neighboring villages and found out that the birds were poached by the dirty dozen. He refers to Nandakishore Bhojpal. He was asking people who is behind this poaching. So he found out that it was a group called Dirty Dozen, and the group was led by a man named Madhu Behera. Nandakishore, with the courage of conviction, asked them whether they were responsible for the wanton, motiveless or meaningless killing of birds of Chilika. Wanton refers to cruelty of or motiveless or meaningless killing of the birds of Chilika. And what did they reply? They proudly claimed responsibility and warned him that it would continue. They said, yes, we were the one who were doing all these activities, and we are responsible for this. And they warned him. They warned Nandakishore that it would continue, and we will continue doing this, and that it was none of his business. After some days, Nandakishore tried to build up public support in Mangla Jodi. This made the poachers so angry that one night Madhu Behera, armed with weapons, went to Nandakishore's house and threatened him. Because Nandakishore got he got a public support all over in Mangla Jodi. But Nandakishore, he was not afraid of Madhu Behera's weapons and all. He said, "Kill me if you must, but spare those birds, they have nowhere else to go." He just stood up to his outstretched knife of Madhu Behera and told him that, "Kill me if you want, but leave those birds, they have nowhere else to go." These words somewhere touched Madhu Behera and his team. And a week later, the Dirty Dozen came to Nandakishore's house. What did they say? They informed him that they have thrown away their guns in the lake and will never again kill a single bird in their life. Nandakishore told them that their decision was welcome. Nandakishore was very happy with your decision of Dirty Dozen, but he would believe them only if they took the oath, that is, promise. And on a morning that would change Chilika forever, they took the pledge of their lives in the temple. They have stood up it for years, and they will stand by it for the rest of their lives. What happened? This Dirty Dozen, the group of 12 members, they took the pledge that they will never kill the birds for the rest of their lives. Interestingly, one of them broke the pledge. What happened? One of them from that 12 broke the pledge and went back to his old ways. And what did the group did? He was expelled from the group. He was thrown away from the group and handed over to the forest officials without any sympathy. Now, the team of 11 then expanded to over 50, with each one of them having taken the oath to protect Chilika and all the devils in it. When Madhu and his gang gave up the profitable business of poaching, a kind of vacuum was created in their lives. So Madhu and his gang, they only know to poach birds. So they gave up the profitable business of poaching also. They don't know anything rather than poaching. So a kind of vacuum was created in their life. They don't know what to do next. That's when an NGO called Wild Orissa, led by Nandakishore, stepped in. Good day, children, and this is the continuation of Saving Chilika. Poachers turned nature guides. Poaching was serious business. To conduct it, the poachers had to learn to identify scores of migratory birds that were winter visitors in Chilika. They had to keep a track of when they start coming in and when they start going back, and what do they eat and where do they roast. In short, they had to become experts in bird life. Nanda Kishore started conducting workshops for the ex-poachers to convert this vast knowledge at their disposal to become nature guides, and even helped them with their communication skills, both of which were needed in their interaction with nature lovers. So, what happened? Poaching was a very serious business, and it's not very easy to be a poacher. You need to be an expert in bird life, where you need to know to identify the scores of migratory birds that are winter visitors. They had to keep a track of when they start coming in and when they start going back, and what do they eat and where do they roast. In short, you should be an expert in bird life. So what happened? What did Nanda Kishore do? Nanda Kishore helped them by conducting workshops for the ex-poachers to convert their vast knowledge at their disposal to become nature guides, and even help them with their communication skills, both of which were needed in their interaction with nature lovers or tourists who are visiting Chilika. Chilika was removed from the red list. They took nature lovers in their boats, with the clear-cut knowledge of which species can be found where. The division of labor among them was well defined. Division of labor means those 50 ex-poachers, they divided their work among themselves. One of them became boatmen. Some turned cooks who provided food on a day-long boat journey. And the one with better communication skills became guides. Finally, in 2002, Chilika was removed from the red list of Ramsar, thus becoming the only ecosystem in Asia to ever come out of the dead list. Madhu was their leader when they were poachers, and he continues to be their leader even after they turned protectors. I have some pictures of Chilika where people are enjoying the view of the lake. So this is the famous temple in Chilika, where Madhu Behra and his team took the pledge of their lives in this temple that they will not poach again. So this temple is a very famous temple in Chilika, Kali Jai temple. The name of the temple is Kali Jai. Thank you, children.